guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So, some exciting news in the world of Nintendo. Well, if you own a Nintendo Switch, anyways, is that the Super Nintendo games are now going to be available. And I was kind of intrigued by that. I was watching the Nintendo Direct on YouTube, and I kind of came in right at that moment. It was really weird. I kind of I saw it was playing, and I went on to YouTube, and I saw it was there. I started watching it. It was right at the part where they're talking about the Super Nintendo, and I thought that's really cool because when I signed up for the Nintendo Direct, it was really because I had this like what was it? I guess because I bought a game or something, and I was able to get Nintendo Direct for $10 for the year. So I thought I would try it, Nintendo Switch Online or whatever it's called, the online service. And I thought I'd give it a shot because I knew you get some NES games. And I've played a few of them since then. You could play like Super Mario 3, and there's some classics on there. Punch Out, I believe, is on there. Lots of good games. But now it seems like they're making available the Super Nintendo, and I guess they're going to follow suit and do the N64, probably the GameCube, and all the rest of them. And so I was quite surprised when I got on YouTube and I saw this. But the games I was a little bit kind of on the fence about. I mean, it looks like they've got a lot of the classics in there, which is good. I mean, they threw The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, probably one of my favorite ones of the series. I mean, I really like the Nintendo version, like the original NES version. I think that's probably going to be my favorite one always because just when I was a kid or teenager when I first played it, I loved it ever since. But I would say the third one, or Link to the Past, I would say, is probably my second favorite one out of the whole series. And Super Metroid, interesting. Now I have played it a little bit. The whole Metroid series, I haven't really spent a lot of time on it, but I've heard that Super Metroid is supposed to be one of the better ones, so I really need to give that a shot. Super Mario World is there as well. Interesting, but I think a lot of people are very familiar with that. I don't think they would be able to launch this without Super Mario World. It's kind of like, when they did the NES one, they had to put the first Super Mario Brothers game in there. But they put all three, I believe. I think they put 1, 2, and 3. So in this, you're getting Super Mario World, and you're getting Super Mario World 2. And interesting enough, for my personal experience with the Super Nintendo, when I first bought mine, it came with Super Mario World 2. So I actually ended up playing that one before I ever played the first Super Mario World. I had to source that out used one day, like, going to a secondhand store or wherever I went to buy Super Mario World. The first one, I had to buy it used. So I started off playing Super Mario World 2, and I haven't played it really since. Once I got Zelda, I was pretty much playing that from that moment on. And some of this it reminds me of the SNES Classic that they released, and of course with this service they always like to add more games on, so it's pretty obvious that they're going to be doing that. But some of these other ones, I was kind of like Super Soccer, Super Tennis. I mean, they're not bad. I think I played Super Tennis a bit. Super Soccer, I actually have that one. Funny enough, just sitting right here. Oh, off camera. This is an interesting look to it. I always thought that the dude on the cover, if I could put that in front of the camera, I know it's kind of hard to see. I always thought that the dude on the cover kind of looks like Donald Trump, but and I don't think I'm alone on that one. But I haven't actually played this. A friend of mine gave this to me. I haven't actually tried it. There's a few other, like F-Zero, which is supposed to be one of their great games on the system. Joe and Mac 2, I've heard about that one. I've never actually tried it. And Star Fox, but I don't see that Star Fox 2, which was what they put on the what was it, the SNES Classic, and that's that little thing that you buy, you plug it into your TV. And I never picked one of those up. They were pretty expensive at the time. They were hard to get your hands on. Then they eventually came, I started seeing them pop up here and there. But I never really wanted one. I mean, to tell you the truth, I have the Super Nintendo with all the games that I want, so I don't think I would really care to get that one. Super Mario Kart is another one that's a really good game that I need to spend some time on because I've played a few of them. I played the one on the 2DS. That it kind of came with the 2DS. But some of these other ones I've never heard of, like Brawl Brothers and Demon's Crest. No idea. Kirby's Dream Land 3. I have played Kirby games before. And the other one that stands out is the Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Another one that I need to really spend my time on. Whatever, it's just another one of those games that people say it's hard and you got to try it. And but there's a few that are missing that I think obviously they're gonna probably put them out in little bursts. And like I don't see any of the Final Fantasies in there, or what was the other one? There was a few Earthbound, I think it was called. There's a few that I see that are missing, so obviously they're gonna bring those out. Now the one thing that was cool though is that they're gonna have a Super Nintendo controller, and I don't know if I can find it through zooming through, but yeah, that's it there. So they're gonna have this Super Nintendo controller, wireless. That intrigued me because playing with the Switch controller's not bad, but I kind of miss the feel of a real gamepad sometimes. And so far, I only have the Switch like as is out of the box. I've never bought any of those external controllers, and I've been intrigued by things like this, where it's kind of going back to the original style, feel, and I always found that it makes the game more playable. I was trying to find my controller here. I don't know if I have it around here. I mean, I do have something like this, which I use. But I have like a Nintendo, I don't know where I put it, but I have a Nintendo controller that I use when I play on my emulator on my computer. And, because I like the feel of it. I like how the Nintendo controller feels. And so when I play things like Nintendo games, I want to use an original controller. So I think it would be the same with this. I'd want to use an original controller. So I'm kind of intrigued by that. I don't know what the price is going to be, but so far it seems like a lot of things for the Switch are pretty expensive. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied. I mean, I'm happy that this has come out. I can't wait to see what other games will appear. There's obviously a lot of titles that they're missing from that original list, and I think they did the same thing when they first launched the Nintendo on the online, was that they left out a lot of titles and they slowly gave it to us. And some months would be more disappointing because they'd only add a few games that nobody cared about. So let's see what happens with this one. Anyways, yeah, I just felt like throwing this in there because this kind of intrigued me. It was something I was watching. I'm like, I'm interested now, and I would love to see, in the future if they're going to put out GameCube, if they're going to put out N64, because there's a lot of great titles, and if they can continue to do this, I might actually want to keep my subscription to the Nintendo Online service. Anyways, yeah, this was just my little opinion on this stuff. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Are you excited about this? Do you have a Nintendo Switch? I'd love to hear it, and maybe this is something that might get you to want to purchase one day. I don't know. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.